What's going on, YouTube? Hope everybody out there is having a great and fabulous day. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, pretty much. How the hell are ya?
Where's Da Vinci?
Yeah, they just wanna see me in the grave. Come out the law in the rave. I don't know, I can't wait. You can read what you saw in the day.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the series of me trying to but me trying to give my beautiful baby some much needed love. In today's episode, we're going to be tackling a valve check. We're going to be putting the bike back together. If the valves need adjustment, then we will be adjusting them. That they're in spec, hopefully they are, because I do not know. Anytime you deal with the valves, it can get a little scary, because if you mess one little thing up, that's it. Goodbye to your engine and goodbye to your bike. So anyways, we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be just doing a oil and filter change, as well as the air filter. Button everything back together. Maybe clean up the wires a little bit, because I had to disconnect a few, so clean them up, zip tie them and all that. But with that, it's going to be it. It's going to be done. Alright, got my 25, and we're just going to go ahead and stick this. Alright, so that has a lot of drag, like a lot. So let's go ahead. Now this is what I was talking about. When it has a lot of drag like that, there's obviously still go up a size and just check, but I guarantee you that this is not going to fit. So 28 does not fit at all. So we're going to go back down. 0.25, wipe it down. 0.25, that goes in smoothly, no problem. We'll go now to 0.28, and that does not go in. So let's just go back down to 0.23 and just see how that goes. Yeah, okay, so 0.23. So 0.25 is going to be our last feeler gauge that we were able to fit. Now what does that mean? We are on the tight side when it comes to the exhaust, which is a little bit more of a issue, but again, if you're in spec, you are in spec. So there's no need for me to change this. Now some people may argue that, hey, it's right on 0.25. You're in here already, might as well change it. But there's also an issue with that with shims, that you might not be able to get a in-between measurement because of the shim sizes. Shim sizes they come in 0.5s. I may go over, which is not a bad thing on the loose end, but hey, if it's in spec, I do not need to touch it, and I'm not going to touch it. So now we can go on to the front cylinder and kind of start this over again real quick. Before you do any of these measurements, you need to go ahead and take off that alternator plug, which I mentioned in my last video. We're going to spin this motor counterclockwise, and we're going to come here. I mean, I have a bunch of marks. I made these marks, I just whited them just so you could see it better, but those two punch marks are meaning that it's in top dead center. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead. Also, if you were going to adjust the valves, you're going to need to keep the crank from moving. So that's a locking bolt that I actually made myself. So, yeah, very proud of that. Pull that out. All right, yeah, so I pretty much made that. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, fit the spark plugs. All right, so I already did get the center spark plug started. I also added some anti-seize, just make it easier when I need to change them again in 10,000 miles. Swivel socket, 15 Newton meters is the specs. We're gonna apply some gasket to it, to just these guys right here. Alright, so it's pretty much going to be the same thing here. I'll go ahead and mark those marks when I see them, but yeah, so let's just get right into it. There, those 2 punch marks. Point 10 goes right in. We'll come over here, and on the left side, point 10. 15 is good, and we got point 15. Alright, so editing shy here, and I'm going to be doing a voiceover because the GoPro just didn't pick up some footage. Pretty much all my valves are in spec. Some may be on the tight side, but remember, spec is in spec. If the manufacturer specifies a range, then it is, as long as it falls in between that range, then you should be fine. So I am going to go ahead and button everything back up, and we'll go from there. In, air filters in. Now we just got to go ahead and put the tank on, connect a few connectors, and then we're going to do the oil change. I don't know why I'm always nervous whenever I do some maintenance, but here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start it now. In this series, we tackled the air filter, spark plugs, we did a valve check, and there is 2 more things that I'm going to do. One being an oil change. I'm also going to see if I could drop my suspension just a little bit, just to see. I'm just experimenting at this point. I just want to see if that's going to help a little bit, maybe just like a 1/2 millimeter. But yeah, we're just going to be tackling it on and moving forward. I'm just surprised that my bike holds this much oil. I mean, this is a lot, dude. It's a lot. She's a thirsty bitch. What can I say? She's a thirsty bitch. Anyways, what we're gonna do now is just gonna let this drip. I got a few things I gotta go do. Come back. These screens are the cleanest they ever been. And I mean, it also has to do with the fact when I bought the bike, it had like 4,000 miles. So it was still in its break-in period as far as like little debris that might be still flicking off and everything. But like, I mean, like, look at that. I don't even have to rinse it off, but I'm going to. But it is clean. It is as clean as it should be. There is nothing. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up. And then also I got my filter right here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, put the filters back in, fill it up with oil. Not completely fill, We're gonna start it up, let it run for a little bit, and then come back and check the oil level again. Alright, now, so with these guys, the O-ring, just going to take a little bit of oil and apply it to the O-ring. That should be good. And boom. That's that. Cap ready to go. Go ahead and clean this little guy right here. Just go ahead and let it warm up for a little bit. Alright, well, I think that's going to be a success. Everything that I wanted to do, literally all this stuff right here, we can go ahead and just cross it all out. It is done. Maintenance is done for oil change. Probably going to be another 3,000 miles till I got to do it. Plugs right around 20,000. Valve check again, 18,000. I mean, yeah, man, I'm good for brakes. I did the brakes. I'm good, man. I'm good for a while, so I'm stoked. I got a few trips coming up, a few track days coming up this year, and shit, man, don't know what's in store for me next year. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for watching. Stay up, 2 wheels down. Peace.
Better, gotta be clever, gotta love more, that's a statement. Yeah, they just wanna see me in the grave. I'm out the law in the rave. Oh no, I can't wait. You can read what you saw in the day.